Hey guys, Kid Vapor here today with the iTaste MVP and the iClear 30 tank, alright? So, I have people coming up to me all the time asking me, hey, I smoke cigarettes. I'm looking for something cheap. I'm looking for something that's gonna get me off cigarettes. And I'm using this little pen and it's not working, right? I have this little pen here and this little tank and it's not doing it for me. I can't get the hit I need, right? And so when I first tried this device from my girlfriend's sister, I loved it. When I was trying those pens, I digged this device, and the clouds and the vapor, the amount of vapor I was getting really felt full, and it was easy for me to hit. It wasn't like those mech mods, if you've ever tried those with the big clouds and everything. This one is a lot easier to hit. Great step up from a pen because this is a variable voltage and variable wattage. I absolutely love this device and I still use it to this day. Uh, Even though I'm using my bigger IPv3 and my Goblin on here and I'm chucking the clouds, but I still use this device just because I love the drag. I love the drag and I love this drip tip. You see that drip tip? It just goes back and forth. So it can be over here. I can hold my thing and I'll just pull it right back to my face, and it's as easy as that. And decent amount of vapor. I mean, you're not chucking the clouds, but it's a good amount of vapor. It's not a harsh amount of vapor. And this thing is a really consistent hit. I've had this device for months and it works. It is consistent. I am unfamiliar with, say, Kangertech tanks. When I upgraded from those little clear misers, the little $8 ones, with the fancy colors and everything, with the plastic drip tips on top, when I upgraded to this thing, it changed my life. Without this device, I wouldn't have quit smoking cigarettes. Um, and that's for sure. Like, that's honest. This device really is what got me to quit smoking cigarettes. Um, and if you're somebody out there that's looking to quit smoking cigarettes, you've tried the pens, they don't work, this is something I would really recommend. The price point, and I'm going to put all the links in the description. The price point with this device is on eBay about $50. And but think about it, how much money do you spend on cigarettes a month? You spend maybe $100 on cigarettes a month, I'm guessing. You spend $50 on this device and it's gonna last you. It's lasted me and lasted me, and that's, I spend $20 on juice and that lasts me. And another thing I would recommend is you don't have to just straight quit smoking cigarettes. You can vape and smoke. What I did, what really helped me, was vaping while I'd be driving in my car, so that way it wasn't, ash wasn't flying over all over the place. And then I would smoke a cigarette when I got out of my car and I was stationary. It was just a convenience thing for me until I actually felt the need to quit. Um, so it's totally okay. Vape and smoke. Like, whatever helps you. Alright guys, so I'm just going to show you some vapor production with this device. I'm just going to do quick vape and show you how it works, alright? Delicious. So right now guys, I'm just going to take you down and I'm going to break all these little pieces down for you and show you up close what the iClear 30 tank and what the iTaste MVP box mod battery looks like up close. Alright? Alright guys, so this is the iClear 30 tank up close. And right now I'm going to show you just how to break down this little fella. So all we're going to do is unscrew this piece here, this drip tip. Okay, and it just comes right out. And that's one thing about this iClear 30 is it's not compatible with most other drip tips like you would have on your atomizers and other things, but this drip tip is pretty nifty. So that's how you get your drip tip off. You just unscrew this part here, that just comes off, right? And then here's the tank section. And this part here is plastic. So you have to be careful with your juices. Certain juices, like say orange flavors or like lemony flavors, most juices will tell you on the label, they may have a warning or something that it may crack plastic tanks. And I don't know if you can tell very well, but this one is kind of glossy and foggy, and that's from using those juices, because what ends up happening is it fogs up your tank, and then it'll end up actually cracking the tank, so you won't be able to use it anymore. But you can actually get replacements of these, so you'll be all right. But just make sure, you know, check and don't get a juice that'll mess up your tank. But for the most part, most juices will be all right. All right, so there's your tank section. And then, so this is your coil head. This part right here is pretty important. 1.5 ohm coil head. And essentially, you just need to replace these guys after these wicks go bad. And they'll last you about a week or two. Actually lasted me about a month. But you just need to order these guys in advance. I would get them from a site, and I'll put it in the description. It's a Fast Tech, and their shipping is terrible. I wouldn't actually recommend the company, but their coil heads have been proven to be really good and consistent, and they're really cheap. But shipping will take you about 30 days, so you got to make sure to get that, order those coil heads as soon as possible, as soon as you get this guy. All right, so just to unscrew this guy, it's easy as that, right? And so here's your base with your 510 connection, right? And that goes all the way through. And this center pin in the middle there actually goes up and down. Just make sure not to mess with this guy too much. If you're having problems with your 510 connection, that may be it. But I wouldn't mess with this guy too much, right? And so here's your coil head. And actually, to clean all of this, it's really easy. You just take this little plastic cap off here, right? And you set that somewhere where you're not going to lose it. And then so inside here, you have your coils and everything, and your wicks. I apologize that that doesn't focus any better. I think this is actually a new coil head. So essentially, when you wash this, all the pieces apart and wash them individually. The wicks are really the only part that you need to wash, and you can just run these guys under water, hot water, wash that juice right out, wash it real good, so you can maybe replace a different juice or just clean it out. Maybe you're getting a bad flavor, or to replace your coil heads, right? So essentially, an easy way to do it, if you're lazy, is we'll just screw this back on. Now, I would run this under water and get all that clean. I actually saw a YouTube video of this guy just doing it in the shower. He just took his iClear 30 and went in the shower and started washing it, right? So essentially, I would just like to get it to this point broken down, and I would fill up water in this section and place my thumb over the top, and then I would just shake it really good, and there we go. You know, pretty easy if you're pretty lazy like myself. And I've had this tank for quite a while, and these threads are just still buttered. And there we go with that drip tip, and that's as easy as that. So I'm just gonna show you how to refill this bad boy real quick, since I'm doing it myself. So what we do is we just unscrew this section here. Easy as pie. Easy as pie, alright? And then we're going to take our juice. And what's good about these tanks is you got a large section in here to fill in your juice. But you want to make sure not to get it in this hole, right? So all we're going to do is we're going to fill her up. And this tank holds 3 mils of juice. and that's quite a bit. That'll last you about a day. You know, average vaping, it'll last you about a day, but it all depends on how much you use, you know. So see how much you use. Carry an extra bottle around with you, maybe. All right. And there we go. And then just put the cap on right like that. Screw it on tight. And we're ready to vape. Alright guys, here is the iTaste MVP variable voltage and variable wattage box mod. This has been my trusty steed just as long as the iClear 30 has been. I love this guy. I can pretty much put any other tank on this guy here, and I still use him to this day, and I have all my mods and everything, and I still use him. So I really dig it. So here we have the that's the puffs and your voltage, 3.3 volts, and just by clicking that button down there, you can go up, or you can just go up, but it goes all the way up to 5 volts, and then it'll drop down back to 3.3, right? And then so you got to hold that button down in order for it to show those volts, right? And every single time it'll show you those puffs. So now I'm going to show you the watts, and we'll hold that button down. There's our puffs, and there's our watts, 11. So if we click that, it'll go down to 6. Right here, let's try it like this: 6, 6.5, 7 watts, 7.5, and it'll go all the way up to 11, and back down to 6. Right now, if we hold these two buttons together at the same time, since we don't have an atomizer on there, it's not reading anything, but it'll show us our volts, and that volts is how much charge your battery is on the MVP. Okay, so 3.8 is basically totally dead. At 3.7 it'll be completely dead, but I believe around 4.2, 4.3, when it reads that, that is about fully charged, right? Now, so this also has a beauty ring, and it's as easy as this. Screw it off. Okay, and then you can fit your Ego style threading on there as well. So your just your normal tanks that you may get, the $8 cheap tanks that you'll get from the Vapor Parlor or something. And so this beauty ring here just makes it so that way when you put your iClear on, you don't have this huge gap, right? And the MVP actually has a USB charge port, so you can charge your phone, your iPhone, any other device you would like. And it also has the same charge port as say an Android phone or something to actually charge this device. And so when you're charging your phone from the USB, it will actually drain your battery from your vape quite a bit. So you just want to keep in mind, do I want to vape or do I need my phone? You know what I mean? But at the same time, you can charge your phone and vape. When I charge my phone with this device, I've only done it a couple times. It charged my phone about 30% and totally killed the device, and it took about an hour. So that's the iTaste MVP. And I mean, you're limited with how many volts and wattage you have, so you wouldn't be able to put say your sub-tank mini on here, because you need somewhere around like 30 volts for that. But it's good for these little tanks that are doing 1.5 ohms, 1.2 ohm tanks. So when you're running those lower wattages, it's good for these kind of tanks. All right, now the airflow on this device isn't the best. It's not like your Goblin. Your Goblin over here is just tons of airflow, right? But this iClear 30 here, it's not a lot of airflow. So if you like airflow, I mean, it might not be for you, but I am an airflow guy, and I still love this thing. It still gives me a good amount of airflow for the hit that I'm getting from that 1.5 ohm coil. Alright guys, so when I vape my iClear 30 on my MVP, I keep it around 6.5 watts, and the lowest 3.3 volts, just so that way I'm not burning the wicks on this tank. To me, using the watts has always worked better. So I prefer to use the watts over using the volts. And so I would do anywhere between 6 to 7.5 volts if you're running a 50-50 juice. And I wouldn't recommend running anything like a high VG juice in here. You want to make sure it's about 50-50 blend. So again, guys, I just wanted to put this video out there to help anybody that is looking to make that first step to start quitting smoking cigarettes. To sum up, this device is $50 and it could change your life, maybe like it changed mine. And you know, if you have any other questions, I can post another video, another update to this MVP if you'd like. So thank you guys very much for watching. I hope I helped. I hope I helped anybody. If I helped one person, this video is worth it. So thank you everybody who has taken a second to watch this video, to maybe take a second to make a step towards a better life. So thank you very much, and vape on, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. All right.